Well, it might not change in our lifetime, but at some point, I don't know. You're right.
200.
There's a
I
lot
mean,
of roots.
imagine 200, and these roots are like you gotta burn. Like I
They're
feel like
entangled.
yes, because you could come in and get this root, but then you got like Zakbase. Welcome to the Unfiltered Liming podcast. Join us as we reflect on our personal journeys and share our insights, experiences, and stories. From food to music, language to custom, we explore what it means to straddle two cultures and find a sense of belonging in both. Whether you're a first generation Caribbean American, a seasoned veteran, or simply curious about the rich tapestry of cultures that make up the Caribbean diaspora, this podcast is for you. We are your hosts, Bertide, the Haitian sensation.
Lisa, the Dominica diva.
No one's talking, so let's get unfiltered. That's going to
What
be
up,
my
B?
intro. What up, L?
Let's go. What are we talking about today?
So, I had to come on and talk about this Haiti thing because, you know, I'm Haitian and it affects our culture, right? It affects me. My aunt that's here with me for the summer, she watches the news all the time. So I've been very encompassed is the word in what's happening there. So where do we start? 2 years. 2 years. And again, this is disclaimer. I am no expert in no Haitian relations politics and no Haitian relation. I don't support any groups. I don't have an agenda. I don't have
There's a lot of
this
disclaimers.
girl, because there's a list. It's a list. Disclaimer, this is my personal opinion. Disclaimer, this is nothing to do with anybody. I don't know who's right. I don't know who's wrong. I don't know nothing. Look at here. I'm just forming my opinion based on what I'm hearing and observing in the news. And it's a lot of different news. I'm one of those people you have to look at the whole broad spectrum. You have to look at all the news channel, listen to everything to come up with not conclusive because it's not, but your own,
Thoughts?
mental. So for all the people out there, 2 years ago, 2 years ago in 2021, Haiti's president, how would I say, succumb to a brutal. Oh, I'm trying to use those SAT words as they say. This is not a funny matter. But with us, Unfiltered Limin, DLiminCrew, we got to keep things light because at the end of the day, the world is what it is. And we just trying to bring a different vibe. So it's not that I'm not taking it seriously, but at the same time, am I stressing about it? No, because at the end of the day, it's out of our hands. Look at here now. I'm just forming my opinion. So that's why I'm laughing. Now that it's not serious because it's nothing serious about somebody losing somebody in the way that he died was not like undeserving. We could agree on that. 2 years later, we find ourselves still without a sitting president, still without an election that has happened, and still without answers. Very confusing. And when people ask me, hey, are you going to visit anytime soon? Are you going to bring your family today? I'd be like, no, for what reason? Not because I don't want to, but then you have kidnapping, ransom happening. Why would I put myself in a situation again for my safety the first time I'm going in? Are there beautiful places to go in Haiti? Yes. But if this is my first time going, I just don't feel at this particular moment of this civil unrest is the time for me to go. Just like I mean, you tell me, Lisa, but I just don't feel. I don't feel. Tell me what you've heard. Tell me because it's good to get other outsiders observation of what's going on. So you tell me because I know Dominica is way on the Haiti's on the right. Dominica is on the left. It's a totally different kind of vibe of what's happening right now in our
Way
island.
different
I'm
vibe.
gonna go to Dominica. I'm gonna go to Dominica.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go.
let's go to Dominica. Come with me.
Yeah,
Let's go. We'll
see
go
all
in
these
there. We'll just chill.
the rivers. They got 365 rivers. I'm gonna go do that. By the time I go see all the rivers in Dominica, maybe Haiti will be out of
Shit. Maybe.
Maybe I people, but I'm sorry. Let me stop.
I was gonna say it don't
But
take that
yeah,
long to go see those rivers.
it doesn't. I don't
I'm
know.
just
I'm gonna
saying
make it
compared to
last.
what's been going on. I
Yeah,
mean,
365. Yeah,
365 days, but shit, Wyclef went down there. He wasn't able to do anything.
I don't know what Wyclef was trying to do, girl. I don't know
Huh?
because there's so. I don't know what he was trying. I don't know. I don't know because there's so much entanglement. There's so much discrepancy. There's so much, so much, so much. And I was so for real though. I was talking to my aunt, and she's 82. She just celebrated her birthday this year, and she lived some stuff. She was born and raised there. She came here in her 60s, so she's been through some stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And in talking about it and listening to certain things, apparently, you go back to the history, right?
Mm-hmm.
Of Toussaint Louverture, Jean-Jacques Dessalines, and all these people that brought Haiti out of, the slavery movement, civil rights independence. And these leaders all died brutally at the hands of, or counterparts, I would call them, brutal deaths. So what's happening, like how long ago was that? 200 plus years ago? And some people would say, like, some of the people that did that back in the day to those leaders, they still haven't found justice for them, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So it's repeating itself. But then I told my aunt, I was just like, because somebody said it in the news, if you have 200 years, right? Think about it. And that affects also African American because we tie it all together. And I think sometimes people don't realize, like with affirmative action, all these conversations that's happening, you have 200 plus years of roots, right? We're going to
Mm-hmm.
look at it like trees, roots, like oak trees that have been around for roots, and you want to come and you want to cut a branch or you want to cut the tree, but the roots is 200 worth of damn shit. The roots. So I told my aunt, I was like, at the end of the day, is it ever, and Lord, I have faith, but is it ever gonna
Change.
balance itself? I don't know.
Well, it might not change in our lifetime, but at some point, I don't know. You're right.
200.
There's a
I
lot
mean,
of roots.
imagine 200, and these roots are like, you gotta burn. Like, I
They're
feel like,
entangled.
yes, because you could come in and get this root, but then you got like, it's 200 worth. And then there's people that are gonna oppose you because I feel like the thing about it is, it can't be just, we'll use the American history that happened. Because I'm gonna keep it 100 with y'all. President Obama, right? Forward, whatever. What happened 8 years later, America?
Oh, we went
We
backwards.
gotta.
We went back.
You,
We put the car in reverse.
right. So that's the thing. Like, I feel like with 200 root of all the stuff happening in Haiti, it's gonna take multiple back-to-back visionaries with the same agenda. You understand what I'm saying? Because like every time somebody moves forwards, like you said, 8 years, and then you're going backwards. And I feel like, well, Trump took us back to civil rights movement.
Yeah, yeah. I
I
don't
don't want
know.
nobody to come after me again. Disclaimer. Burn it. I don't
You did
know.
not
What do
say
you do? How do you get
fertilizer.
what is it that you do with roots? How do you kill roots? That's the
No,
question. You gotta
fertilize it. You don't fertilize the roots if you want to kill it. Because if you fertilize the roots, that means they're going to grow more. You
Oh,
don't
so
want to
I
do that.
need to burn it? Fire. Fire. We need fire
Yeah,
to
you need a
burn it.
stump killer. That's what it's called. A stump killer. That's what you need. You buy the powder, you put it on the stump, and then you set it ablaze. That's what
Yeah,
you
we're
need.
gonna need to do something. We need to do something. And YouTube, don't come after us, please. We're not trying to tell people that that's what they need to do. We're just saying, we're just trying to find some type of, there's no solution, but we ain't trying to tell people to do nothing. We're not telling nobody to do nothing.
Nobody
We're
said to
not
go to Home Depot and buy a stump.
pouring on Haiti. We ain't telling nobody to do that.
No, but I mean, all seriousness, no. In all
Yeah.
seriousness, I mean, things are passed down by generation, right? Things have to start in the home, and If you have something, these roots are embedded in the ground, so then it's like you have to find a whole new wave of people to instill in the younger children, like there can be a better way. This is the better way, right? And that's where it has to start in the home. So once it starts in the home, maybe 2 or 3 generations down, then you'll start to see progress. Has that been happening?
I don't. That's the whole thing. We don't have on this one. So DLiminCrew, if you're new to us, you're the DLiminCrew or fans listening. We don't have any tips and tools for y'all on this one. We don't have not a darn one. We can say a prayer, drink some tea, hot tea. In our previous episode, drink some hot tea, cocktail. Look, I think there's enough people that are out here praying, and I do believe God will answer when. We don't know. He does things in his own time. How? We don't know. Is it up to us in a way? I do believe it's up to the people, but at the same time, there's a lot. There's a lot to it's just like they say for your because we're talking about what's next, right? With us, right? This is what the season is all about. So what's next for Haiti? What's next for, like Lisa said, the children coming up and seeing all of this? Because again, I can't stretch enough how stressed enough how Haiti is going through this because of the importance of what it represents. Let's be very clear about that. If Haiti didn't represent nothing to these people,
Nobody be checking for them.
they wouldn't be
Nobody
checking
be
for
checking
them.
for them.
Leave it like it's the same thing with Africa. It's the same thing with a lot of Black nation. It wouldn't be. So at the end of the day, I always say this: when people invest in something or going hard to invest, it's because at the end of the day, you may not understand the value of it, but they do. So if I want to invest in something that I believe is going to get me money, it's going to be I've done my market research, I've seen the value of what I'm going to get back, my rate of return is high. Guess what? I'm not leaving it alone until I get my piece of the pie. So, economics, we could say a lot of things about what's going on. We could say all these other things, but at the end of the day, it would not be this much unrest if it didn't represent some kind of economy growth for some people. But at the same time, it represents to what we look like, what it could be, our freedom, what we could fight for. You know what I mean? If we stick together, it represents so much to the Black community. And I think a lot of times, I think that's why there's so much opposition. And see, Cinderella or Moscow, she agrees with me on this one. But that's what it represents. It's the representation that a group of people could come together and
Yeah.
do what they've done.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And if we don't understand that, and if we're not able to come together and realize that that's what um, the fight is about,
Mm-hmm.
you know what I mean? Like to keep us from not truly being free, to
Mm-hmm.
keep us from feeling like, oh, well, y'all did this, but we still gonna show you and like what is it? The not Trayvon Martin. Is it Trayvon Martin? George Floyd. We still gonna keep our knees on your neck.
Yep.
I don't know what else better example to give. That exactly the same thing because at the
Yeah.
end of the day, you can walk around, you think you're free, you think you got your freedom and all this other stuff, but guess what? No, you don't.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna keep my neck on you. I'm gonna abuse your resources. I'm gonna
Yeah.
get all your riches for myself. I'm gonna keep your people fighting. I'm gonna give these people guns and stuff so we can shoot each other, fight against each other, and all this other stuff. And your children, what? We don't care about their education. We don't care about nothing. And the other thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make a immigration law to have them come over so that when they all leave the island, we could buy it. Because ultimately, if you don't claim what's yours, guess what? Somebody's gonna claim it. Again, I'm no expert.
Damn.
All opinion.
That was heavy.
But I'm just realistically, do your homework, people. Say a prayer, drink a cocktail, whatever y'all do to the gods. Again, I don't have the answer. I don't know what to tell the people to do. I don't know what not to tell the people to do. We don't have any tips and tools. We're here.
All right.
Yeah.
Thanks, DLiminCrew.
What's next? Season 5. It tied into what's next. The 2-year of this man's death, and we're still asking what's next. So maybe in our next season, maybe in the upcoming season, we'll have
an update. Next. We'll have an update.
I'm sure there will be an update, but in the meantime, like I said, I'm gonna go to Dominica and enjoy the 365 rivers. Until then, Haiti, hit me up.
Yes. All right, DLiminCrew.
But check out these other episodes that we had, because we did talk about. Did we not talk about Haiti in one of our previous episodes?
Yes, we did. So in previous seasons, yes, we have. Yes.
We'll link it here for you guys to kind of I think it was our sipping cocktail of what some of the great things that Haiti has, if you didn't know. So we'll link it somewhere. Y'all know what it is. This is our first time on YouTube.
All right.
It's gonna be some.
We out. Peace.
Thank you for tuning in to this week's episode of the Unfiltered Liming podcast. We hope you enjoyed the conversation and gained some valuable insight. Don't forget to subscribe to the show so you can catch every new episode, and leave us a review so we can continue to bring you fresh, exciting content. And if you have a topic you'd like us to discuss or a story you'd like us to share, please reach out to us. Join us again next Thursday for another unfiltered conversation about the rich diversity and complexity of the Caribbean American experience. Until then, keep exploring, keep learning, and keep celebrating the unique cultural heritage that make us who we are. Unfiltered Liming is edited and produced by Unfiltered Liming.